And in this week's news, guys, where's the news, guys? Today is Friday, January 22nd, 2016, and despite the show notes until about 5 minutes ago, this is the Epic Fail Podcast, episode 44.
You are now listening to the Epic Fail Podcast.
Hey guys, I am your host, Draven Dresden. I know. And this is, as I mentioned prior to, our intro, that I found that I didn't have to go look for at all. Episode 44 of the Epic Fail Podcast. With me, as always, co-conductors of the Fail Train, or those that I drag along on it. Up first, from Canada, where all of our snow is coming from, and I mean that literally, because all the wind is coming south. Scarlett, how are you, and what have you been up to this week?
Hello. So, I have something to tell you guys. Guess who I met this week?
Snowman?
Frosty.
Nope.
A penguin?
Nope. So I met this resto druid, but
Howland?
he doesn't. No, I did not mean Howland. I wish I met Howland. I met this resto druid, but he refuses to play Guardian spec. So he's all bark and no bite.
Oh.
And I thought my pre-show joke was no bongos.
You stole my idea.
You are a huge nerd.
You stole my idea of doing a joke, so I had to make it into a story. Sad face.
Yeah.
So, I've been playing WoW. Surprise. We did a full 13 boss clear this week in our raid, and then we tried Mythic Assault, and it's very different of a fight, so we had some attempts on it, but we didn't get close. I played some Diablo, played some Hearthstone. It was a pretty good week.
Yay. And with that, as I fix something very quickly, from Florida, the land of you take your snow and shovel it, we have Theory. How are you doing this week? What have you been up to?
Well, as of right now, it is a very, very chilly 63 degrees where I'm at. And all you people who have snow days and are going to be snowed in from work, yeah, you can suck it, because we're all still going to work down here. And it's kind of nice out, to be honest. I like the 60s weather. It's wonderful.
We don't have snow days. We just have to go to work in the snow. Just saying.
Well, much of the United States this week can't drive because they've never actually driven in snow. So they pretty much shut everything down. I know a couple of our friends actually are snowed in till Monday or Tuesday, and they're probably enjoying it. Here, you get to see all the Floridians pull out all their winter gear when it's less than, or I should say more than 50 degrees, which is interesting. I still rock shorts because originally I'm from a little bit further north than here, and I like this kind of weather. But yeah, 63. We're not even close to snow and won't get there. But this week I played a lot of WoW. Did some raiding, a couple different tunes. Also did some achievement runs with Vex, which was pretty cool. And then regular raiding with HFVD, we can HFVD. Sounds completely not like what it's supposed to sound like. HVFD. HFVD sounds like a venereal disease or
That's
something.
what I was going to say. It sounds like something you don't want to catch.
So I'm not going to say that again. Anyway, but yeah, it was a pretty good week. That was pretty much everything I did. Like you said, there was not a whole lot of news this week, but I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit later.
As for me, Garrisons, Hearthstone. I leveled a monk in Diablo. I've gotten 1 Paragon level so far. So, got to 70, got my 1 Paragon, and then, oh crap, raid time, and logged off. So that's been my week. I would love to say I played Heroes or StarCraft, but not yet. Soon. But pre-show, I did mention something about a surprise for chat room. So, yay! And this answers your green screen question also, Cuddles.
It's so pretty.
It's everywhere. We're still working on a couple things, but, you know, we're called Epic Fail for a reason. And the reason is in the top left corner.
Yes, now for those of you who are listening to this, we have our chat window for our live chat room on the screen. So if you watch the video, you can enjoy that. And things like last week when we were all, or especially myself, about to fall out of our chair from laughing, you'll know exactly why.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Last week was awesome.
So come join the chat room and enjoy the hilarity of Theory nearly falling out of his chair and laughing so hard he was crying. And there is video proof of this.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, chat room hype.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, that's been our week. So, what do you say we get into some Blizzard news?
This is the Blizzard news you can use.
So, I made a tiny little joke about there's no news at all. And while it's mostly true, there was one thing especially that came out that was really cool, looking forward to. And that is, we have confirmed Overwatch for February. Jeff Kaplan, basically the lead guy of Overwatch, sent out this blue post, and it says, we'll bring it back in February. He used a lot more words than that. We're getting a new map, or maps, at least one new game mode, and the thing I like the most, if you were already in the beta, or alpha, or beta, or whatever it was it a beta?
I think it was beta, yeah.
Yeah, it's beta.
You're still in.
Bragging.
And with it being February, I'm hoping to get my video card replaced for that. So I'll be able to play all the games, including Overwatch. And then I'll just, take random screenshots and, hey, Theory. Send him screenshots. Theory. Hey, Theory.
And that's when you unfriend?
What do you mean? You have him friended? We're not friends.
No, he tolerates me.
Yeah, I don't know. You never know by then. They may have more waves. Maybe I'll be able to play against you a little bit. That'd be nice.
Yeah. I'm almost guaranteeing that there will be more people than there was, just because people were like, I'm seeing the same people nonstop. So, yeah. Other than that, like I said, a couple new maps, at least one new game mode that we know of. They didn't say what it is, and so we're all looking forward to that. Possibly a new hero, but I seriously doubt that with it being so close to launch, which is this spring. So yeah, that will be fun.
I still need to pre-order it, actually.
Yeah, I need to get my pre-order for the collector's edition because I want the statue.
That should be the first wave, in my opinion, is the people who have pre-ordered it and are not in beta.
I have a...
Mhm.
Sorry, I have a question.
42.
Is Winston in WoW yet?
No.
Okay.
Baby Winston? No, not yet.
Yeah, baby Winston.
You won't get him until probably the game goes live.
Fair enough.
That would be my guess.
I'm guessing it'll be our next patch.
That could be too, yeah.
That makes sense.
The pre-patch before the expansion, I figure. If
We're too early for that. So I'm guessing there'll be some little minor patch where they'll drop it in.
Yeah. Who knows? But speaking of in-game stuff, we all got the collector's edition for Warlords, right?
Yeah.
For Warlords or Legion?
Warlords. The current one we're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for those people who didn't and you want the digital goodies that came with it, like the mount that can fly now, as long as you have flying, the pet and all that fun stuff, you can get all this stuff for $20. So, cool.
Wasn't the difference between collectors and non-collectors only 10?
No. I think it was
20.
Yeah, it was about $20. So,
Or
if you passed up on it then... Yeah, if you passed up on the collector's stuff then, and then you later decided, I want those, second chance. So that's cool, I guess. Hey, Blizz, I got a request from you. Can you, like, retrofit that with, like, Classic and Burning Crusade and Wrath, so I can get the pets and stuff from them?
that I'd be interested in. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
That,
good idea.
I would
like
pay
that.
more than 20 for that.
Yeah. I mean, you don't get a mount with Classic WoW, but you get, like,
Diablo pet, don't you?
Diablo,
Yeah.
a Zergling. That would, and yeah. Can you just do that with everything? Like, make all the pets available for a couple weeks?
I would love that.
Because there are some things such as Wings of Liberty for StarCraft 2 that I could not get my hands on a collector's edition because they had sold out of it because I did not show up when they freaking opened that day. No, man, we're only getting 5. Can I be one of them? Nah, they sold out.
Ouch.
So I don't have a mini Thor. I'm upset at this.
Buy the digital one.
The collector's is not available anymore.
Yeah, it's gone unless you can find a box that hasn't been used.
Yeah, and even then it's going to be...
The
for
one
Star-
that just got launched?
Oh, no.
No, this is old.
StarCraft 2 is 3 boxes. You have the Terran box, the Zerg box, and the Protoss box. I have collectors of the Zerg and the Protoss, but I could not get the human one, the Terran.
Because before the whatever just got released for StarCraft, they had that bundle where you could get the collector's edition of all of them.
No, it wasn't the collectors. It was just...
It
regular.
was. I have Mini Thor. It was $90. It was really freaking expensive.
That might be why I didn't do it, because I already have the games.
But
That's more than I'm willing to pay for Mini Thor. I'd do
I got
30.
the 3 pets.
Well, I have 2 of them. So I can't have a second one of them. So yeah, second chance at the WoW stuff. Blizz, bring back some of the other ones. People will pay money for this, and I know they will, because
Yep.
all three of us will, and we don't agree on anything.
That's pretty true. Yeah, although I'm agreeing with you on that.
See? Starting a trend here. Other than that, Diablo Season 5 is live, so we're going to short-circuit it. Johnny 5 is alive!
That movie is the bomb, okay?
I am okay with this movie. I still don't have any Ashbringers in Diablo or in WoW. I realize I'm getting one, and no, that is not corrupted Ashbringer that I can have in Legion. I don't care what people say, that is not it. It is a green skin, it is not corrupted Ashbringer, there is a difference.
Someone a little touchy about that?
No, I'm just
Lots of
tired
salt.
of... I'm not doing the
That's a lot
emote.
of salt.
Yeah, I am not... Insert Cuddles emote here. So yeah. You got anything else Blizzard related, guys? That overall not game specific that we're gonna actually touch on?
There was on Twitter. There was a draw that you can enter in for. Well, it's Overwatch specific, but to get there's like 3 grand prizes of some statues and stuff, and a backpack and a hat. So enter that.
Yep. I will put the if you can get the link, Scarlett, you can put it in chat.
Yeah. Let
And
me
then-
see if I can find it.
And then I will put that in the show notes. Because I completely forgot about it. And on that note, this will be fun if my throat gives out. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about some Warcrafts.
Worlds of Warcraft.
So, the big news of WoW this week is in alpha. They did some raid testing. They had one boss. No one could kill it. I think the best attempt anyone has recorded was a 67%. And that was on one pull, and that was it.
But man, it was cool looking.
Yeah. And then, other than that, there was a new dungeon in alpha, the Vault of the Wardens, which apparently, I know Fat Boss in particular said best one so far. But in terms
Ever
of
or for the expansion?
for the expansion, I don't know about ever. But there's really not a whole lot there in terms of going live. Everything is exactly the same as it was. Minus a couple hot fixes, which were taking out random achievements from old raids and such to make those metas easier. Like Dragon Soul Holding Hands, which is boss number 5?
They took out holding hands?
Holding Hands is no longer part of the meta because
What?
only hunters were able to do it solo. Well, anyone with
So?
a pet. Anyone with a pet. So I guess DKs could do it as long as, you know, you were unholy.
I don't like that.
The other thing about that is that you have groups going in with much smaller numbers now in order to do it, and some of those achievements really kind of require more people. So it's a
Yeah,
little bit easier
but,
for smaller
like,
groups.
the achievement in Gundrak still requires 5 different people to go get freaking impaled for the elephant one. Share the love.
True, but that is a dungeon, and it's a dungeon that is on the rotation for time walking, so it's still not that difficult to get. You know, and I don't know, is there really that many people that are going back and soloing dungeons to get achievements?
I do.
Raids, really? Okay. I just didn't really see it as something that would be very popular to do in a dungeon.
Yeah, I mean, I still have this expansion's achievements to do, but other than that, I have one from Pandaland left, and that is Terrace. I have one achievement in Terrace left.
I think I have the achievements for Terrace. It's Throne of Thunder that I need, and yeah, just Throne of Thunder. Ugh, I hate that raid.
Yeah.
Throne of Thunder is what we went back and did some with Vex this week. We did Heroic all the way through, and then we were doing Heroic SOO.
Yeah.
And we did a few of the achievements along the way because some of them are really, really easy to do, but we're going to go back, I believe, and do it on normal to get the rest of the achievements that are a little bit harder. Just because a couple of them are still kind of tricky.
Yeah.
But we
Like
were running
the holding egg, or the egg one in Throne of Thunder.
Yeah, the egg one is a little bit difficult because of really mechanics more than the difficulty of the fight. On normal, we're gonna have to like not hit the boss until the egg is safe and then take it down, which is one that we tried to do and almost got it, but not quite. But so yeah, I mean, I can see people do that kind of stuff all the time, and this is kind of the time for that when there's a little bit of a lull.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
I have one question for you, Theory. I
Yes.
saw you in there, but I didn't message you. I was wondering why you were in there.
Yep.
But did you take out Raw Den?
Yes.
Okay.
And that was the first time I saw him, and it was
yeah.
very, very cool.
I have yet to see him. I haven't actually done.
My Paladin has never actually gone in there. I was actually on my Horde Warlock with another friend of mine who's on 8 billion podcasts. Zista, his guild. Just was like, we're going to go do this. I'm like, need a Warlock? Yeah, sure, we can use a summon.
There you go. Yeah, it's the ultimate reason to bring the Warlock summon, because Hellstones are crap now, so it's just summons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know why they
Rodden's-
nerfed Healthstones.
I don't know. It's a good question.
To make people use the potions. They're great if you're a Warlock.
But why do we need to use the potions? Is it just to make people want to level their first aid?
Yeah.
Because it seems kind of useless
Yeah, pretty
without
much.
that. That must be the reasoning behind it. Rodden's actually pretty cool. It has a cutscene after the regular last boss that I didn't even know existed in order to show you that you can go down and see him.
Yep.
Which was pretty impressive. So yeah, that was very, very cool. And luckily, I mean, I was included in that because of X.
Yep.
So it was fun.
Oh, yeah. Good times there. What'd you think of Heroic Lei Shen, I think is his name?
Well, we kind of face rolled it. It was set to as a heroic or mythic. I don't know what they classify it now.
It was
as, but
heroic then.
It was the 20-man one.
Yeah.
Whatever the 20-man one is now.
It would have been.
I think it was heroic.
It would have been 25 heroic, but you could probably do it with 7.
Regardless, I think we had 12.
Yeah.
But Lei Shen was cakewalk because we really didn't have to do a whole hell of a lot. We just nuked him.
Yeah.
And he went to the middle once and then came back out and nuked him again, and the fight was almost over.
Yeah, he doesn't hurt now. Not really.
Yeah, it's sad. Whenever I went and did that, my group, we intentionally went slow just so we could see what it was like. I mean, obviously nothing was going to kill us, but except getting knocked off the side.
Only if you're a noob.
Yeah. We only had one person in that raid group die from getting knocked off the side.
Wasn't me.
You weren't in
So
I know.
you guys know, I'm pretty sure, Draven, I know you know him. I'm not sure if you know him, Scarlet, but we have a buddy who also is a member of Vex whose name is Galv, or Galvanid.
Yeah, I know
He also
Gal.
plays a hunter. Yeah, he is the main tank for Vex, along with Thorig, but Thorig had never been in there. So Galv played a pretty funny trick on him and told him that he needed to tank all the snails. And
Poor
of course, he got one shot a couple times before he realized what was going on. It was pretty funny. I'm surprised nobody else said anything to him, but being the new guy, I kept my mouth shut. But it was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah.
Aw, poor guy. Did anybody get the isn't there a toy from there that you can get?
There's a toy from Tordos, right in front of Tordos.
No, not the jumping water thing. There's something
There's
from the snails.
There's a pet.
Is that Scooter the snail?
Or is it a toy?
No, I swear there's a toy, a snail toy.
It's a toy or a pet from one of the snails can drop it.
No, we nuked Tordos. He was done in about 20 seconds.
It's not it's the thing in front of Tordos where you can get the water gun. Where you jump around.
You jump that
in the springs.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
You have to
None of the mounts dropped either.
Yeah, you have to do it like for
250 times.
Yeah.
Oh hell no!
Up on the back platform.
Basically, you have to get 250 stacks of that debuff that the water spouts put on you, which means you have to jump on them without falling off or going to the wrong one 250 times, and then you get a toy water gun.
Yeah, no, we were there for about 10 seconds and moved on. So
yeah.
No, but the actual snails, the ones that eat you, drop a toy.
Yeah, no luck on any drops. There was no mounts and no toys or pets that I saw.
Yep. They're stingy. I will wait until next expansion, get to 110, and then nuke the crap out of all of them. Because that'll be the 15 item level difference, or the 15 level difference. So I can just walk in and flick them in the face and they'll fall over.
Yeah, I mean, you almost could do that now, like 3 people. But or if you're really OP blood DK, then you can.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, I am
retiring.
No, sorry. This probably could have gone at the end of show. I am doing the ICC quests on my other Death Knight.
What race is your other Death Knight?
My gnome.
And
best race ever?
And what did you name this Death Knight?
Weavenge. It is the best Death Knight ever.
So, Weavenge, though, doesn't that make more sense to be a warrior?
No.
Does warriors have an ability for revenge? I get the we part, that makes sense, but warriors use revenge.
I don't like warriors. My warrior's name is...
Well, if you don't like them, it makes sense.
My warrior's name is Ouch.
That's a good name. Yeah. But Weavenge would have been better.
Yeah.
No, Weavenge is Death Knight. Totally.
I've got some interesting names that will not be in CTR anytime soon. They'll have to they'll have to get rid of some of the
button ready.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, Cuddles.
Did you see the person in Guild? I'm calling someone out now, but there's someone in Guild with a name that has a reference to
female body parts,
boobs. But I don't know how that got past the censors in CTR. I think it's hysterical.
Take old biddies?
Something like it
was very obvious. It was meant.
It was like big titties or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, Cuddles.
No.
It's not.
Cuddles.
That's a good
totally
one, though.
Your old.
Cuddles. I've talked to you about this. You don't need to bring your Goldshire tune over to CTR.
Too many letters, Cuddles. Too many letters.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I swear one of these times I'm gonna see if I can make a tune and call it placeholder.
That's funny.
So there is one other thing for WoW that we haven't really talked about yet, which is from the alpha, and there's a graphic for it in case you want to pull that one up. In the alpha currently, if you want to change specs, you have to pay 100 gold. and people are kind of freaking out about that, which is kind of funny. And you kind of see a couple of the tweets, and they're talking about how it's a placeholder, which is kind of the funny transition there for placeholder. And then MMO Champion actually did a poll for it. And as you can see, the people who want it for free, of course, are winning the poll by a lot. And the thing that I think is kind of funny about that is, I mean, currently, if you want to change your spec to a different spec, you pay gold, and you pay almost 100 if you've done it enough times. Plus, you have to pay to remove your talents, and you have to pay to remove your glyphs. And they've taken that part out. So it's really cheaper in alpha than it is now.
So is that changing specs as in, hey, I'm going frost, hey, I'm going blood? Or is that like my main spec? But that's no. I switched to frost to go do old raids and stuff.
Right now it's literally 10 gold to switch.
Yeah.
You have to buy a second spec, which is now 10 gold.
Right. But then each time you say, okay, I can have dual talents, but if I want to switch to that third one, I have to unlearn the one and relearn the new one. And then I have to pay to have all my talents removed so I can put in the new talents. And then I have to pay to have my glyphs removed so I can put in the new glyphs. So you end up paying almost 100 if you ever take that third spec that you're not currently using. Currently.
Oh, I thought it was just switching specs, like going from frost to blood.
It is. But they're not charging you for all the other things anymore.
So no more...
No, I don't.
Things in your bag to change your talents.
Right.
I still don't like it.
I
would be okay with 5 gold, maybe 10 gold, but like my Death Knight, I main spec tank. I'm not always tanking on it. So a lot of times I will go into a raid and we already have 2 tanks. You can DPS.
Agreed.
If I have to,
seems a little steep, but they've already given us all this other gold back in a sense by not charging us for other things.
Okay, but still, admittedly, 100 gold is nothing. I'm not gonna sweat 100 gold, but at the same time, if I have to pay 100 gold to, you want me to DPS? Okay, no problem. I'm just gonna sit out.
Well, that's the thing.
For 100 gold, I wouldn't right now. That's 2 missions.
No. Okay, but that's not the point, though. I'm just saying it's one of the. Not everyone has money like some people we know. Hi, Elvon.
Well, that's the thing.
I get it.
I change. So, for example, when I'm farming old raids, in one raid I'll change frost to blood, blood to frost, 3 or 4 times depending on the boss fight. So then that would be 600 gold if I do it 3 times.
Well, but also you got to figure they're changing the way a lot of the specs work, and you may not have to switch back and forth anymore because the tanks are supposed to be able to do more damage in Legion as well. If things work out
because there's no
planning right now.
There's no tanks that are ranking on DPS meters right now.
Shoosh.
Paladin tanking.
But my point is that you may not need to switch as much in Legion if the way that it looks now continues to be the way that it is. I agree with you that it seems kind of weird to have to switch into any spec, but if you're talking about 3rd or 4th spec, if you're a druid, $100 is not that bad.
Yeah, it's
it's $100, 100 gold, excuse me.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
$100, I'll give him the game back.
Yeah. Thanks for playing. Goodbye. It's just one of those things, and I really didn't think on it too much prior to the show, but now that the way you said it and it's explained, 100 isn't that much, but at the same time, it is too much.
I kind of feel like we should have, and this is kind of silly, a lot of people will probably disagree, but we should have a item that we have to buy to switch.
I don't mind having an item. I don't mind having the tomes for talents and whatnot right now. But they don't add up to 100 gold.
Right. And I don't think that they necessarily should. But having those, some type of cost attached with switching is a good thing, especially if they've removed the other costs. I do think that it should cost something. 100's probably a little high, but maybe if it was, some kind of tome or something that cost 5 gold each or 10 gold each, and it only used one when you switch specs, not when you switched anything else, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
And I think most people would be too. I think 100's just what's scaring people, but they're not really thinking about how much they won't have to spend or wouldn't have had to spend if they hadn't already changed their third or fourth spec 400 times.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at it from, I know one guy who plays a druid. Sometimes he tanks, sometimes he heals, sometimes he DPSs. He's gonna, and it depends on the night and the fight and, what's needed and all that, but he's gonna blow through every bit of gold he's got in a matter of a couple weeks. Because, one fight, hey, we need an extra healer. Sure, no problem. Placeholder, I know, 100 gold. Hey, we don't need the healer this time. Can you go DPS? Sure, no problem, 100 gold. Tank, 100 gold. If you want to do... Thank you, Theory. If you want to, to unlearn and... So you only have the 2 specs and you can switch back and forth between those 2 for free, no problem. If it's 100 gold to... Okay, in my Paladin, I'm Ret and Ret because I don't want to tank and I don't want to heal because I suck at healing. But... So I can go Ret, no problem. Or if I wanted to, Ret Prot. But if I wanted to unlearn Prot and fail at healing, 100 gold. Plus, gear costs, items and stuff like that, but that's not the point. That I could see, I'll go as high as, say, 30 gold.
Yeah, I agree.
Even 50 is not too bad.
Don't say 50, because then we'll see 75. I said 30 on the basis I know how Blizzard works. 30. So it'll be 50.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because hats seem to, cosmetic hats cost $15 each.
Hey, don't hate on my hats.
I will hate on your hat, sir.
Yeah, I only occasionally use it. It was a waste. But so is 99% of all the other mounts that I've bought.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah. And
that is...
Yeah. Like Cuddle's game case here in chat brought up, they did say it's placeholder. I don't think it'll cost 100. I'm assuming that it's going to be 30 to 50. Presuming
it'll have some kind of cost attached. I bet it won't be 100.
Presuming that it is you want to unlearn and then learn something else, then the cost. Otherwise, you have your 2 specs. Guess what? Switch between them for free. No problem.
Well, I thought we're having 3 spec.
Well, that's the thing is there's not going to be a dual spec anymore. You can be whatever spec you want to be.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so the whole dual spec goes away. So if you're a druid, you could legitimately fill 4 roles. That's part of the reason why they instituted this. They took the cost away from everything else, and then they put a placeholder in for what it's actually going to cost to switch specs, but you'll be able to switch into whatever spec you want. So it's going to be some kind of cost. I think they'll do better to go the tome route, even if the tome costs 30 gold. But
I see a lot of people not happy. Obviously it's premature. People are QQing way too much now because they see 100 gold. But no matter what it is, if they're getting rid of the dual spec, which they obviously are, I see a lot of people who don't make a lot of gold being like, I can't switch. You're not gonna have the flexibility that we currently have. Because garrisons now, yes, some of us make a ton of money because we have 20, 25 followers with treasure hunting on it. And so, some of us have some money to cover it. I know lots of people that have said multiple times, I'm lucky if I have 2K on my account.
Yeah, that kind of goes for everything. It's 100 gold to somebody who has 2K is a lot different than 100 gold to somebody who has a few 100,000. But I literally think that it is a placeholder and that there will be some kind of cost involved, but they haven't really figured it out yet. But we will see moving forward. I think the backlash of people bitching about it will probably keep it less than 100. But I don't think, I don't really know. I mean, you remember when Dual Spec first came out, how much that cost?
It was like 35 gold, I think. Was it 50?
No, it was 100.
It was 100.
And at the time, 100 was actually kind of a lot.
Yeah. And now it's 10. Yeah, it was 100.
Yep.
It's been so long. But it was a one-time fee is the thing, where this is an every-time thing.
Yep. But before we had dual spec, people were paying gold to switch their spec every time they wanted to, and that was not really cheap either.
Yeah,
we'll see. It's still alpha, just like everything else. It's going to change and get reiterated 300 or 400 times before it comes out. So
yeah, sadly, I did not log into the alpha this week. I've been busy with other things. Diablo.
Sadly,
he didn't log into alpha.
I know.
So sad.
So, let me just say, sir, spoilers here, but the Paladin class hall is gorgeous.
Oh, I've seen all of them.
Yeah.
Paladin. I'm biased.
I think Paladin's the best of the ones I've seen. I haven't seen them all, but
I'm biased. Paladin is my favorite. Warrior is my second favorite because you get to hang out with Odin.
Wrong. Death Knight's Town Hall is the best.
It's not that cool. Anybody who's ever played a Death Knight has pretty much kind of already seen it. It just looks like
they have seen it.
The thing is, it's floating in the sky.
It's the same place.
So honestly, the Death Knights is a little underwhelming, but the Rogue one was kind of cool with some of the neat little tricks and stuff you can do. But I still don't really like the whole sewers thing. But the picking the lock to get out and the pulling down of the candle to open a door that you didn't know was there, that kind of stuff's pretty neat for the Rogue one. But
I will even go so far as to say it's not technically in the sewers. You just use the sewers to get there.
Yeah, but it's the sewers.
So, yeah. I was trying to make my rogue friends not feel like crap.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a hint that just rogues are.
Ooh, careful.
Crap.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I couldn't do the artifact quest on my rogue because I suck at rogue. But I did check out the class hall on every class that was available. Shamans I did not this past week, but the week before. Checked it out. It's the Maelstrom. That's what they said. It was interesting, but it's a bunch of rocks.
Are you dissing the Earth?
No. I'm just saying, compared to the Paladin and Warrior, mainly the Paladin, they kind of were lackluster.
So, to kind of move on and probably wrap up the Warcraft section here, there was a tweet this week which was pretty cool. I think it came from the Warcraft account that was talking about the new planets that supposedly they found in our solar system, and they wanted to call it Azeroth.
I want to call it Pluto.
Really? Someone, who wanted to call it Azeroth?
The Warcraft account.
Warcraft Twitter.
I thought actual NASA was going to call it Azeroth, and that would have been cool.
I just thought funny.
That would be interesting, but at the same time, if they found a ninth planet, it had better freaking be called Pluto.
But then what are they going to call Pluto?
No, Pluto is 9. They might have found number 10.
And call it I'm Nacho Pluto?
Nacho Pluto.
Is awesome.
Yeah. I think one of the other things that was actually being considered was actually called Nexus. Yeah. It doesn't sound like a planet name, but if they outside of Earth, they need to go like Greek god. Because there's no Greek god named Earth, but every other planet name is like a Greek or Roman god, so you kind of have to follow pattern there.
No patterns.
Well, one is a butthole. I went there.
On that note, I think we're going to move on into a little card game that I know Scarlett likes. And that is called Hearthstone.
Hearthstone.
And up first we have Planet Butthole. No. Wait, no, that's way wrong. Dang it, Scarlett, quit changing the notes. You know I just read these things.
Wow.
Anyway. Tavern Brawl. Captain Blackheart's Treasure. You get 3 random cards, you put them in your deck. You don't really draw unless you actually pick a card that has card draw. And you just go back and forth. We've seen it before. I was sad when I saw it was this.
So I played Tavern Brawl this week.
Yes, I heard.
And so I decided to challenge a person on my friends list.
Mm-hmm. Which
And I
friend
got
was this?
It was Cuddles.
When did he start playing the game?
I don't know. I'm not answering that. I plead the fifth. Anyways.
Like a couple of months ago?
To be fair, one of the games I was distracted telling someone some stuff that happened. Anyways, I still got my butt whipped. So, yeah, that happened.
Oh, yeah.
But I have won some other games.
Yeah. Did you play this week, Theory?
Nope. I got zero excuses either because I've been like out of work for 3 days on this like nice 5-day weekend they gave me out of nowhere. Didn't even ask for it. It's wonderful. But no, I've just been relaxing and playing WoW for the most part.
Yeah.
I should have played some today, but I didn't.
Yeah. I've gotten the watch someone win a match quest, and Cuddles is the friend who's in Hearthstone more often than anyone else. I've been watching him, and I see his cards, and I don't know what his opponent has, but he's like, "What do you think of this move?" And I'm like, "Not a bad move." And I won't tell him what to play. And then after he plays something, I'm like, "I would have played that." And he's like, "Oh, you're right. I should have."
So there's a quest to troll one of your friends while they're playing.
No,
That's
you
what I
just
was
watch.
just going to say. Like, why aren't you helping him?
Well, I've never gotten this quest, but I never really do the quests. So that's probably why I've never gotten it.
It's a daily. It's one of the random daily quests. If you watch a friend win a match, you get a free original pack of cards, like the original when the game first came out.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun, but I don't want to help him because I want him to actually get better on his own, so that he can
But that's how you learn, is having people help you. That's how I learned. I watched streamers and saw them plot out their moves and whatnot.
Yeah, but you learn differently than other people do. Like I can watch other people play and I'll understand it, but unless I actually do it myself, and then someone's like, "Dude, you screwed up." Like I need to screw it up and then have someone tell me I screwed up or that was actually the right move. That kind of thing I need to do, on my own first.
So, real question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still playing it on iOS and portable devices, or are you back to usually just playing it on the computer?
Computer.
Yes. I mostly play on the computer, but I still play it on my phone, like when I'm at work on my lunch break. So...
Interesting. I just kind of wondered because I like that I could play it on my phone, but I much more enjoy playing it on a larger screen.
Yeah.
I find that my phone always disconnects me from the game. Like a notification will pop up or my phone will ring and then I'm just disconnected. Or it takes way too long and I get like someone who takes 20 minutes to play a game and then I just have to quit because I have no more time. So I just play on the computer.
I've never gotten the disconnect thing on my phone. Not from like a call or anything like that, but like I'll get notifications and stuff like that, and I just be like, okay, I see you. Go away. I'm playing a game.
Some networks don't allow voice and data at the same time.
Yeah. But I don't answer the phone at the same time either, so I just like, oh, it's a call. Playing a game. If it was important, they'll leave a message or I can call them back. Or generally, it's a wrong number anyway, so I don't care.
So you ignore people when they call you. That's what you're saying.
No one important calls me, so yeah, I do ignore people.
So here's a question to Cuddles in the chat room. You bought a whole bunch of packs not that long ago, like a lot,
120.
and opened them all on your stream. Do you still feel that you're really far behind after that many packs?
While we wait for him to catch up, I will say yes, because he bought all the original packs and not any of the newer ones. So he's missing a lot of cards.
So he's missing the newer stuff.
Yeah. He's mostly
and
caught.
He says yes.
Yeah, he's mostly caught up on the basic packs. It's the goblins and gnomes and tournament cards. He's got like none.
See, that's the thing that we had talked about. I don't even know how many episodes ago. How I kind of felt that I'm not going to actually spend money on this.
Yeah, and there's that too. Cuddles didn't.
The adventures. Yeah. I didn't want to spend money on the game just because I'm already spending so much money on WoW that it wasn't worth it for me, and I didn't want to be behind the 8 ball. So that it's interesting to me his point of view on that after he spent a chunk of money in gold in order to get a bunch of cards to see if he actually felt a difference.
Well, I've mentioned this before, and I even mentioned it to Cuddles himself. Yes, the 50 packs on sale were the original. Not a problem there. I don't know if he only did 50 or if he got the 250s for 100. But that left, let's say he did 100. That leaves, he had 20 packs left because he got 120. That's 20 packs. He could have got the other, like 10 of this set, 10 of this set, or 20 of this set, and none of the other. You could have split it up some instead of going 120 of all the original packs.
But you can take like the dust from legendaries and stuff that you're not using and just craft some of the other ones. That's what I did. I never bought any goblins and gnomes packs, and I was able to dust enough cards through the packs and stuff that that I just created the ones I want, and I won't worry about the other ones. And for the Grand Adventure ones, I've only ever purchased with gold. I never bought with real money.
Yeah, I've bought one pack, and that was in the beta, and that was for the card I can't disenchant.
And just for the people who are listening to this, Cuddles is basically agreeing with everything Draven's saying. He says he definitely felt a difference, but not a lot. He spent 20 gold on original packs that he should not have.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's basically saying that what Draven said was exactly right.
Yeah. But the adventures, for anyone who hasn't done any of them yet, you can buy, excuse me, you can get most of them with gold now. You don't get the cool card backs or anything like that if you do. You want Nax. If you're going to use like the Grim Patron or Emperor Thorson, then you do the Blackrock adventure. Otherwise, skip it for now and get the newer one. Because if you don't have a deck that you need those 2 cards out of Blackrock, for the most part, there's not a whole lot from that adventure that you really need. So Nax has tons of cards. The new one has tons of cool cards. Stuff like that. You're going to use most of them in most decks. Blackrock, you have Emperor Thorson or Grim Patron, which is kind of falling out since they nerfed it. No more charge. But yeah.
I hated Grim Patron decks.
Yeah.
Warrior ones, anyways.
Yeah. My current warrior deck has a 5% win rate, but that one time out of 20 you win is epic because it is built around Iron Juggernaut.
I have used Iron Juggernaut in conjunction with the card that repeats your battle cry with Bran.
Mhm.
That was fun.
Yeah,
But
go ahead.
I killed the guy before he drew them, so that was sad face.
Yeah. Theory, Iron Juggernaut, whenever you place him on the board, your opponent gets a 10 damage bomb direct to the hero when they draw it.
It's a card that gets shuffled in their deck,
Yeah,
so that you never know when they're going to actually get the
So
card.
I have literally been able to put Bronzebeard out, double Battle Cry. That bomb card is a Battle Cry. Throw out Juggernaut, so he gets 2 bombs. He could not kill either of those 2 cards. So I have these Pandaren who will pick a card, throw it back in your hand. So I get no. Lower Walker Cho is a spell back at whatever card you play, your opponent gets.
Oh,
It's literally it's one of the other Pandarens.
Is it Chen?
No, it's an unnamed.
Okay.
But you'll throw that card down. You pick a card on your side, put it back in your hand, play it again. So that's 2 more. I literally had 8 bombs in a guy before he got rid of it.
Damn.
And he had 9 cards left. So he gave up because he knew if he had 1 turn to kill me. And because of that, how that deck works, I might have had 30 health and 75 armor.
That's a lot of health.
Yeah. It was fun. But yeah, I also played another guy who wasn't keeping track of these things, so he kept drawing, and finally bomb, bomb, bomb. And I'm like, hello.
Ow, you BM'd him. That's so mean.
I gave him a
That's
well
so
played.
mean.
And I said sorry afterwards as he was exploding, but still. It was fun. But like I said, the win rate on that deck is awful, but when you do win on it, it is so fantastic. That's the only reason I haven't switched it to something else. Do we have anything else Hearthstone related?
Nope.
Yes. I challenge Cuddles to a rematch sometime.
Oh, snap.
I will get my vengeance.
So
That's
you're gonna,
all.
if they ever add a Death Knight, you'll get your Revenge?
Ha ha ha.
So you know what they need to add in Hearthstone that would make it even more popular for people online? I don't know if you're aware, but a lot of the like the up and coming like sports games out there right now, like the new NHL and all this, you can trade cards for players. So imagine if you could trade cards based on a bet. So like if you and Cuddles were playing each other and you had to put card against a card, and whoever win got that card.
That would be amazing.
That would be pretty awesome, and that would inspire a lot of people to play more, I bet.
Yeah.
Plus, it adds a competitive side that the game doesn't really have right now.
I mean, for people like us, no, but like the top end people, always.
Well, yeah, but there's always going to be the people that just go nuts with it, and they, of course, and they're awesome at it. Don't get me wrong, but if you want to get more people involved in playing it, I think that's a way that they could do.
Card trade would be nice, but in terms of Scarlet versus Cuddles, since that's not in the game, loser, best of 3 or 5, however you want to do it. The loser buys a pack of choice or 2 packs or whatever you guys would decide of cards. You just buy a pack, 2 or whatever of cards for the other person.
How can you buy packs of cards for the other person?
You would give them BattleNet balance. You can use that to buy cards.
Oh, I can't do real money bets right now because real life money sucks. I am WoW gold rich-ish
8K?
and stuff. No, I'm up to 32K, thank you.
Now
This is why you should be able to trade game time tokens.
Right?
Now I feel bad about the giveaway we had a little while ago, because apparently we ate all of your gold when we did that, since we split it almost evenly.
Yes, I was down to like 3K, and then I built it back up.
And then you spent it all on pets.
And then I did that.
Yeah.
I spent over 100,000 prepping my Warlock to transfer.
Damn.
And I still am almost at 200,000 now. So
But I've bought all my pets for the most part that I want to buy. So right now, all I am doing is saving, and I've bought all I don't have any mounts or I did all my rep, all of my stuff. So from now till the end of the X pack, it's just saving.
Yeah.
Whereas throughout this X pack, I've went from neutral to exalted with
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody. And I did, the flying ones I did myself, but Ashran and Shatari, whatever they're called, I never ever actually farmed that rep. So that was all through medallions. And I've bought all the mounts that cost a Pexis 5,000 plus a Pexis, whatever, and there was a couple that were 50,000 gold plus a Pexis, so I bought all of those.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
now it's all saving.
Whereas me, I'm just kind of randomly buying a token whenever I feel like it, holding on to it because I just, for whatever reason, I can't put my head into. I'm just going to go ahead and click the button and say, I am now officially subscribed through. I have 6 tokens that I bought in a bag that I just haven't clicked. They're just taking up bag space, but my brain won't let me click them to say, you are now officially subscribed. And I know I can't resell them.
So
That's
yeah. My brain just won't let me do it.
just worried that if you were to get hacked that you would lose that. But I don't see how.
It's not possible to delete them, I don't think.
I have no idea.
Yeah, they may have thought of that. Because since you can't trade them, you can't sell them. Yeah, it sounds like Blizzard pretty much made that not be a problem.
Yeah.
They could delete them, but you could always just get those back. Because it would show that you had them.
Hey Blizz, I lost all my items. How much gold did you have? I was gold capped on 7 tunes. you only have 5 on this server. Now.
I have records of everything you've got.
Oh, yeah. I got hacked back in Wrath, and I literally got to raid Ice Crown in greens and blues.
Fun.
You know what was even better? I still out DPS'd half my raid group. Paladins
Even
weren't
more
OP
fun.
at all. Good lord. And on that note, if we have nothing else Hearthstone related, a game I really wish I could play more. And I really wish you two would play. Period. I know. I'll have to get someone... I'll have to find a guest who's willing to come on the show at some point. So I can talk to them about this game. Instead of getting a... And that game is... Heroes.
Heroes of the Storm.
I love that bumper you made, Theory. I know you had more time to work with and all that, but I didn't even go into a whole lot of detail, but you got almost exactly how I wanted it.
Yeah.
The only thing I told you was I wanted that last thing being her blowing a kiss. That was it. Everything else I kind of left open, and you were just like, okay, we'll do this. And I'm like, that's pretty much what I wanted.
Yeah, it came out good.
Yeah. My only complaint, if I were to have one, you can't even fix.
Have one.
You can't fix. There's no Abathur video for like cinematic stuff, so you couldn't even fix it.
We'll just have like a child draw him in crayon and fit it in there somewhere.
No, it's
Be a blob.
Yeah. Yeah, if they ever make an Abathur video, it'll be like Theory. But yeah. Anyway, we actually have Heroes news. Holy crap. Outside of, free and sale. Cuddles, no. That could go in so many horrible places, no.
That would be kind of funny, actually. I'd watch that machinima.
Depending on how it was. I'd probably watch one for a minute or so, and then I'd decide if I was going to keep going. But anyway, as we usually do, free this week. ETC, Falstad, Kerazim the Monk, Lily, Stitches, and Zagara. Free no matter what level you are. If your player level is 5, Nazeebo, Tassadar at 7, Rexar, whatever, at 12, and Lunara at 15. She's, a little new. I'm okay with this list. I can't really find, other than, Rexar, I don't really have any complaints about any of these people. And then on sale, Gazlo 3 1/4, Mad Martian Gazlo. I really, really want to buy this, but I want to.
So do it.
I'm not playing the game right now. I have to wait until after I get my video card situation fixed. But the Mad Martian skin, $5. Super Sonya. I will never buy that skin unless I literally break down, and that's the only one I have left to buy. That is also $5. But the big news from Heroes this week. So, to preface this, it was released worldwide right around the same time. One website in France was notified ahead of time. One in, random places around the world, one place per area. There's this little podcast that I listen to. Mick Montgomery does it. It's called Stormcast. They were the ones, out of all the Heroes podcasts, Stormcast was the one that got the US quote-unquote reveal for this. So that was really cool. And that is, they've been teasing characters. Everyone kind of figured this one. Li Ming, Diablo 3 wizard. She's going to be the arcane mage. Since we have Kael'thas as fire and Jaina as frost, she's the arcane. They've already confirmed that. The one I'm looking for.
I like her.
Yeah, she looks cool. I saw the build stuff and it looked interesting. I will probably, I don't know opening day or anything like that, but I will probably buy this one just so I have all the mages. The one I will buy opening day, whether I can play the game that day or not. Zol the Necromancer. To which I will say, there is no Dana, only Zul. I went there. The Necromancer out of every class in Diablo 2 was the one I played the most. Until they fixed it, my literal build was, I want skeletons. I had, at one point, every talent point you could put into Raise Skeleton and Skeleton Mastery. I had an army of undead following me. If one happened to die, they killed things so fast I could just get another one. It was so much fun. And then I tried to play it online. Don't do that. Games crash. That was fun. But yes, Zul, I'm getting him day one. And then earlier today, thus because I've been at work all freaking day, I don't have it ready, despite us being late. They gave a skin preview of things that were coming up. There's our child, Lei Ming, the wizard. Did you guys see the video?
Saw they released it, didn't
No.
watch the video.
Didn't actually watch it.
It's almost like I link these things for you guys because I want to talk about them and get your opinion on appearances, even if you don't play the game.
So when you linked it, I went to the page in order to pull those graphics for you, and it wouldn't load the video on the page. So apparently it was fairly popular.
I linked to YouTube.
Yeah, I know. I didn't watch your link. I was actually on the actual Heroes page where the video was, and it didn't work. So yeah, no.
Well, on a positive note, that's at least one fail that's not from me. But anyway, yeah, they've got some really...
is it a fail?
Yes, it is. They've got some really cool skins, including a vampire-y Arthas who turns into a big, giant bat. That was among them. Some new mounts that were interesting-ish. I'm not a mount collector in Heroes, so I probably won't get any of them, but they look cool. I'll give them that. I will have a link in the show notes, and actually, I'm going to put a link here in chat also. That is not what I wanted. Why did it do that? There we go. That is also not what I wanted. Please ignore that, guys.
Show notes for the win.
Yep. For those of you who want to see the behind the scenes of what we're going to talk about this week only, there you go.
That's hysterical.
That's
really
the one.
Funny.
I can't, and the sad part is I can't even silence myself. I'm going to count that as 12 fails. No, it does not. Anyway, on that note, as I said, Zool, there you go. He's gonna be... I don't know if he'll be my favorite, because Abathur is always going to be my favorite, which reminds me I need to talk to one of my artist people and see if they're willing to make a BlizzCon badge early.
You know, I totally had to think about what you actually said there. You did not say BlizzCon very clearly. Just saying.
What did... Okay. To me it sounded perfectly clear, but I knew what I was saying. Anyway, that's going to be pretty much it for Heroes, since I can't gush about, oh my god, this was cool, because I haven't been able to play. And I like the game. And I hate League of Legends, and Smite was okay, it was different, I just was really bad at it. That last hit thing, I don't like that. So, with that, we don't have any real feedback. Scarlett, you got a personal feedback that I didn't give you yet. I'm going to give it to you after the show. The feedback.
Oh,
what?
Oh, no, nothing like that. It was just a comment.
Good, bad, negative, positive?
It was good. It was nice. Just a clarification kind of thing. It was from Alessander.
Okay, so...
After the show, I'll give it. Because I don't have it pulled up. It's not bad.
Okay.
So, we want your feedback. Give us feedback. You know, come into chat and troll us. And whenever I link the show notes that you can't edit, which is actually the first time I've done that in 44 episodes, so that's actually kind of an accomplishment. It took that long to fail. Send us emails. Give us 5-star reviews if you like us. If you don't like us, we're the game kid. No, I'm kidding. We love you, Cuddles. You're always a good sport about stuff like that. No. Give us reviews. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. That kind of thing. So, any shout-outs, guys? Scarlett, you're a female.
What?
I know, it was a surprise to me, too. Wait. That went weird quick.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you-
yeah.
do
Also,
you have
random
any-
bottle of chocolate. It's on my desk.
Do you have any
That's
shout
kind of some
outs?
kind of inside joke or something there.
Do you have any shout outs? Because
I was-
I don't want to go where my mind could go with that.
I was eating ice cream earlier, and I left it on my desk.
Sure.
That's just an alibi.
Okay.
So I do have shout outs. I actually want to shout out to my raid team this week, especially Osti. She is pretty cool. No, just I realized, you know what? I haven't shouted out to the raid team in a while, and my raid team is pretty chill. I like them, and yeah. So thank you guys for being my raid team. Anyways, enough with the sappy. They're awesome.
Before I ask you, Theory, I just want to toss something in for Scarlet and anyone who's in our little mumble group when we're in raiding will get a kick out of this. Outside of that, you're going to be like, huh? Isn't it fun where you can actually hear Osti blush?
Poor Osti, don't make her blush right now.
Even when she doesn't speak, you can hear her blush. Hi, Osti. Anyway, Theory, do you have any shout-outs?
Yeah. All the raid teams, although I call that out every week. I got a new one this week to call out, though, actually. First off, I want to say thank you to the makers of Discord. After listening to CTR this week, I have actually started the Discord thing. And on there, I was talking to Air, who was coming up with logo ideas for something. And I made a quick little logo for Rolling Thunder, which he said he liked. And he was still using another logo for something else because he was actually making a hockey jersey, and he had a pretty cool one that he drew up that was pretty neat. But then he took the one I made for him and put it on the team pages, so that's pretty cool.
That's
So
awesome.
shout out to Rolling Thunder. I guess that's like three logos now I've made for different raid teams at this point, so that's pretty cool. And let's see what else. Cuddles, of course. Everybody's in the chat room. Thanks for coming, guys. Ionis, iHeels. Everybody else who I didn't mention as well, which I know I'm forgetting a few of you guys tonight. But it's very cool to have the actual interaction with the chat room. So thanks for coming. I know it's kind of late for a lot of you guys.
Yeah. As for me, usual, raid teams as we always do, or you guys always do it, and sometimes I will go along with it. Sometimes if you guys already did it, I'll go somewhere else. This week I'll do raid teams. Osti, we only pick on you because we like you. Same with you, Cuddles. Other than that, I'm going to give a shout out to Loot Crate. Because, let me grab it real quick. Lilo Dallas Multipass.
I have one other shout out to
Okay.
Draven's hair. It's long.
It's not that long.
I got a shout out for Draven's camera being backwards.
Yeah, well, Skype does that. And I don't know how to... That's one more thing that I don't know how to fix. But, yeah. You guys aren't backwards to me unless you... Yeah, your sign's fine, so I don't know. Yeah, your sign's fine. Scarlet seems fine. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Probably. Anyway, do we have anything else before we get Theory to do our this is how you find us thing? Well then, with that...
So at Epic Fail Podcast, we do love it when you contact us. So here's the ways that you can do that.
We are at www.epicfailpodcast.com. On Facebook, you can find us at /podcastepicfail. Twitter is at podcastepicfail. You can follow Draven at Draven Dresden on Twitter. You can follow Scarlet at Scarlet_CTR. And you can follow me, Theory, at Gank Theory, also on Twitter. Don't forget, you can find our podcasts on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. We look forward to hearing from you.
All right. So, that would appear to be a show, unless you have anything else you want to bring up. Preferably not the ice cream.
I didn't bring that up. You just brought that up.
So, is it bad that Ionis said tacos, and I really want to go get some tacos right now?
No, I'm craving tacos as well, with like lots of refried beans and cheese and stuff.
Well, I'm not a fan of beans, but I definitely could have some
What?
tacos.
Well, it's only, 2:15 in the morning for us, so I'm sure Taco Bell's still open.
Friday night? Yeah, I'm pretty sure mine are 24 hours.
Yeah. No, you're not, Ionis. You're not sorry at all. Alrighty. Well then, if that's gonna be it, last words of the show will be...
Hello, Mother. You know, the world could always use more heroes.